Hi, my name is Kara Svucek.
I'm Julia Brothers.
Jenna Curtis.
Hey, I'm Jenny Fahn.
Hi, it's Mimi Chin.
Hi, my name is Ella Dorsch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the KeithAndrewNetWork. This is episode 734. I'm here with Aleesha Yates and Amanda Kallander. Just want to say thank you for joining us on this wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
No, the honor's all mine. Now, the reason I'm having two people on the show is I mentioned this a long time ago. I want to shake. I'm a big wrestling fan, so I want to shake things up on the KeithAndrewNetwork. So instead of doing single episodes, I want to start doing double interviews, group episodes, show the audience there's something always brand new going on with the KeithAndrewNetwork. Now, Amanda's been on the show a couple times, so she knows the host, the setup. Aleesha, it's a real honor and privilege to have you on the show for the first time, and I'm looking forward to building a friendship with you as well. For people who want to know what the talk show is about, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. Is prove to them and get them out to something. So hashtag break the labels. So that being said, 25 minutes of your time. Say anything you want. Talk about anything you want. It's PG-13. And the first question is, what can you tell us about yourself? I guess I start with you, Aleesha.
Okay. I'm an actress and a model. A lot of times you'll see me on Home Shopping Network. I also do a lot of commercials. So you'll see me occasionally pop up doing a commercial for all types of products. And, I don't know what else to say about what I do in my regular life. I work in a hospital. My normal life, I work in a hospital. But acting and modeling, that is my passion. So I am pursuing that every single day of my life.
Oh, absolutely. And first off, thank you for your service. I know I was going to say my sister-in-law, but my brother's girlfriend actually works in the hospital. And right now, unfortunately, the numbers are spiking because idiots don't wear their masks and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So unfortunately, the shit's got to hit the fan. But hopefully, things get better than worse. We can always hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does help a lot when people wash their hands and wear their masks and social distance. But unfortunately, here in Florida, they have opened up everything. And a lot of people have told me, even within the hospital, they're like, oh, the whole virus is over. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not over. This is just the beginning.
No, absolutely. And that proves, Amanda, I don't mean leaving you in the dark, but I do want to finish this one thought. Just the fact they even said to you in the hospital the virus is over, that proves how stupid and ignorant people are. I'm not talking about politics, but by the way, tonight, for people who are on the East Coast, 7 o'clock, you get to see Joe Biden versus Trump. It's not a wrestling match, even though it would be really funny if it was. But the debate will be tonight. Just a little plug for that. But, it's really scary, I give you an example. My dad took my brother out somewhere, and there was this guy, walking into the gas station without a mask, showed a sign that you had to wear a mask, but he made a temper tantrum. So he went back, got a mask, when he went into place. As soon as he came out of the gas station, ripped the mask right off. And then on top of it, and here's the icing on the cake, while he was driving away, he was texting and driving. So you really can't think stupid.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they like when they come out of the stores, etc., with a disposable mask and gloves, they'll throw them on the ground. I mean, if there's a virus that has attached to that, you just threw it on the ground and could have passed it along. And from what I found out from a lot of the medical staff within the hospital, a lot of families are showing up, complete families that have the virus that are testing positive. And A lot of people just really feel like, well, since the governor opened up everything, I can just be willy-nilly. But this is not the time to make that mistake, because you don't want to be the one on the respirator, or I think they call it a respirator. But anyway, with that being said, actually soon I'm going to go back to school, because I'm going to go into respiratory therapy, because there are so many people out there that need help as far as breathing. And with this virus, it definitely affects your lungs and all the different parts of your body. So I've decided I'm actually going to go back to school to also be a respiratory therapist.
Oh, that's really cool. I wish you the very best.
Okay.
Amanda, I don't want to leave you in the dark. What's your opinion about the whole corona? Oh, you have your mic on mute.
Right, I do. I said I have a lot of different experiences with it, so it's kind of I think everybody around the nation has had various different experiences with it, so it's kind of hard to isolate one opinion and say it's or ethically do something that should be good for the whole isn't always good for the whole nation or group or whatever. So I kind of I go outside a lot and I go hiking a lot. I don't really stay around people a whole lot. I do have anxiety sometimes, and so wearing a mask is very difficult for me. But when I go shopping, I'll just put it on, go in and out really quick, and then leave. But yeah, I generally don't wear one because I like to be able to have my face clear, and so I'll go outside and go hike a lot and just be out in nature and exercise and boost my immune system and do all the things I can do that I have control over to benefit my health. So.
No, absolutely. And I don't want this to be like a politic thing, but you guys can talk about anything you want. But the reason I have both of you together is you guys are up and coming professional actresses. So the first question I want to ask you, Amanda, is who it's the same question for both of you, so you can take turns. But the first question I want to ask you, who influenced you guys to become a professional actor, and how many years have you been acting?
I have been acting now for 3 years, and I like just about everybody, but I absolutely love Denzel Washington. And oh my goodness, her name is slipping my mind. She's on How to Get Away with Murder. Oh my gosh, how could I forget her name? But I love Octavia Spencer. I love all of the actresses out there. All of them are great. And Drew Barrymore is one of my favorites as well. Um, I absolutely, I love acting. I love modeling. I'm actually a model slash actress. I was a model first before an actress. So I'm still trying to learn the craft, but I must tell you that acting and modeling are two different things, definitely.
True. And she had mentioned Drew Barrymore. She actually has her own show online, and I've been trying to pitch her to the same thing I pitched you guys. Hey, I have a show with the disabilities. Would you like to be a guest? So I've been doing the opposite, saying, hey, I have a disability and create a great talk show. Can I be a guest on your show? Of course, didn't hear anything, but who knows? Maybe one day it will work out. But what about you, Amanda? Who has influenced you?
Man, that's a hard question. There's a lot of great actors and actresses I've watched growing up. I look up to Jennifer. What's her name? Jennifer
Aniston?
No, it's she was in Peppermint.
Lewis?
I'm blanking on her name. Sorry, but yeah, she's my favorite because she's got such a great commitment to her roles and to who she portrays, and she has such a great range. And she has, a great family life at home now, and she's put out a lot of good roles with faith-based films and family entertainment. So she's got that great range where she can be a nice little badass, but then be a great wholesome, mother or whatever. She's got it, you know what I mean? But I do agree, Aleesha, that Denzel is amazing. I love watching his work. Oh, he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so many good actors that I've just watched growing up that I'm just like, I want to be like that and put good content out there and tell the audience that it touches them in some way.
No, absolutely. And I wasn't like cutting you off. I was just telling you that your mic went on mute again. But the next question, I have a whole list of questions and I have like 6 pages. And I'm like, you know what? Something popped in my head, like, I need more questions. So one of the new questions I came up with, thank God it's only one sheet, is what can you tell the audience a little bit about your background and how you came to do what you do now? Whoever wants to start.
I'll start. My background when it comes to, do you mean entertainment or do you mean just my life in general?
Well, both.
Well, my background, I was a military child, so I was the third military child, the youngest, and so I traveled all around the United States with my father, who was a military man, and so that made me actually very shy from traveling around so much because the only thing that you knew a majority of your life was your immediate family. So I always dreamed of being Annie. I always wanted to be Annie. That was my favorite movie in the whole world, but I was just way too shy. And my mother pushed me out front, made me sing in church. And she also ended up in a pageant once in my life, and I was terrified the entire time. And I had to sing in the pageant. So as life went on, we ended up moving to Florida once I graduated from high school. And I worked in a store in what was Disney MGM Studios. And I had some friends dare me to audition to be a character. I have no dance training. I have absolutely no type of, training when it came to acting. I just decided, well, I'll give it a shot along with friends, and we kind of bet each other. And I ended up winning the starring role, and I ended up being one of the muses in the first grade many, many years ago. So that's kind of how I ended up where I am now. And I started off as a model, and with the modeling, that was a whole new magical story. I ended up going to a convention. It was on the radio, and I went thinking there's no way these people will pick me, and I got signed with a major agency at 19 years old. So that's how my story started. And as time went on, I just decided that I wanted to try acting because modeling sometimes is very limited. And as you get older as a model, everything is limited. At least it used to be, and limited to size, age, etc. So I thought, I'll try my hand at acting just to see what happens. And I fell in love with acting. I'm still trying to perfect the craft. I mean, I'm working on it every day, and we'll see where this takes me. Maybe I'll meet Denzel one day.
It's funny you mentioned you were on HNM. My mom's obsessed with QVC. Have you ever been on QVC?
I have not been on QVC, but I don't know if you know that I believe it's QVC Purchase Home Shopping Network. So actually, they're the same company now, even though sometimes you see them on different channels, they're the same company. So normally when you see me, I'm on Home Shopping Network because that's based here in Florida. But QVC is based in Buffalo, New York, and one other state. But I'm one of the models on there. You'll see me do a lot of makeup lines, hair products, fitness, etc.
Oh, that's really cool. And it's funny that I said, and I wasn't being sarcastic when I said, what did I say? I had a brain fart. Thank you. Thank you for your service. But then you mentioned that your father was in the Army. So that kind of covers the base. My grandfather actually served in the Army too during World War II.
My father was actually in the Navy, and you were also saying that your mother loved watching Home Shopping Network.
Yes.
I think or maybe she's a QVC fan, I'm not sure. But they're both the same. And hopefully one day I can be a host, because I have always wanted to be a host for QVC or Home Shopping Network, but that's a pretty tough job and it's hard to get in.
No, absolutely. And Amanda, what about you?
I actually was very interested in modeling as well. Initially, at first, I liked the aspect of the fact that when you model, you could do some pretty cool things. You can be, in a pool of water, or in some mountain scenery or just something adventurous or fun or bold, and I like that. But I soon learned that as I got a little bit older, that I had a different typecast, and so I kind of went more for the commercial and lifestyle stuff with modeling, and then eventually I got into acting by learning how to work on set and production. I learned kind of what I needed to do from going to an AMTC program that's called Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ. It used to be around, and they would send everybody to a major casting call. They would recruit casting agents and talent agents from around the country, and they would have us audition. And so I did that, and I tried modeling and acting through them. And I learned that I needed a little bit more work on my acting because you can always learn and grow, but I need a little bit more work. So I went and started learning how to be on set in production, and actually was accelerating faster behind the camera than I was in front of the camera. And that was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So now that I've gotten a little bit better at acting, I'm starting to get some roles, and I've gotten a couple of roles that I'm waiting for when production opens again that I can perform. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yep, absolutely. For me, I've been doing this for 7.5 years, and I think I improved, over that time. Sometimes my disability comes out more when I'm nervous, but you can't always compare yourself to anyone else. You mentioned that you're always giving yourself training, and that's what you do. You should improve every single day. I didn't go to college. I don't have a BA or a bachelor's. I'm on the spectrum of learning at a fifth grade level. But look at what I have accomplished in 7.5 years by myself. No one has helped. I have a lot of doubters saying this would go anywhere. But anyone who's in the New York area that lives in Manhattan, you can see the KeithAndrewNetWork on Manhattan Neighborhood of Broadcasting on Channel 2, 10:30 in the morning. So you can see it's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Now it's on public access. I got annoyed because I was trying to talk to the people in Brooklyn. I know I have a fat neck. I have to work on that. I was talking to the people in Brooklyn. They're like, oh, well, we need your ID to see if you're a United States citizen. I'm like, okay. Oh, we also want something like a bill. Why you want a bill? Like a phone bill or something? Oh, we just want a bill. And I'm like, you know what? It was good enough for Manhattan. Just ask for the ID. I ain't giving you my damn bill. So now I'm talking to another public broadcasting in Boston. Don't ask me why. I don't live in Boston, but when I see public access, I'm like, maybe if it works here, maybe it would work over there. So, that's in the works. But the other question I want to ask you, wrapping up, is social media. Can social media make you or break you with everything you guys accomplish? Do you think it's because of your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram following, or do you think if you have the looks for it, you can accomplish anything? Whoever wants to answer that.
Thinking about it, I think that the internet can make you and break you. A lot of it is a lot of hard work behind the scenes, like for actors and for models. It's a lot of hard work that you have to put in as well. A lot of people see the glitz and the glamour, but they don't see the hard work that goes into both of those fields. Definitely, modeling is not simple. I've had plenty of people, friends of mine, that have tried it and they had no idea it was so difficult because it looks so fun. I mean, if you watch an episode of America's Next Top Model, you see how difficult it is. You have a lot of conditions that you're dealing with, and actors, the same thing. I mean, they're having to remember lines. There's lights, there's people everywhere. There's a lot of distractions, but they still have to be able to perform and definitely produce the work that is needed. So I think the internet, though, it can make and it can break you because you can, as you see a lot of celebrities get in trouble with the internet. And so you have to always be mindful that, especially if you have an agent, I personally am represented by 7 different model and talent agencies. And you have to always keep in mind that you are your own business. you have to be really careful of what you do and say when you're online, because you're representing yourself and other people as well when you speak. So, the internet is a great tool, but it's also something that can be a horrible weapon against you as well if you're not really careful with protecting your brand.
No, I agree. What about you, Amanda?
Yeah, I agree a lot. You can tell a lot about a person when you see them on social media. You can kind of see more about who they really are on social media, because in person, a lot of times, they wouldn't say half the things they would say. So it's kind of, it takes a lot of hard work, like she said. Networking is very important, and social media can be a great tool for networking, for meeting new people, for finding new jobs to audition for. And there's a niche for everybody, and it's great to find good people through it. It's a tool, though. It's used for, for self advertising. Actors and models, they have to sell themselves, and it's great for that, but it's also great for networking, and that's primarily what I use it for, is networking with people that are in the industry, that are good people. They're kind. They put good stuff out there, and that's generally what I look for on social media. I just kind of, everybody is entitled to opinions. Everybody's going to have an opinion, and it just depends on how you treat people, because everybody can think differently. But if you're going to treat them like poo, then you might not want people. You don't want to work with some people because they're not nice. It just comes down to, can people work together? Are they nice? Are they kind? And can you make a team? Can you work with this team? So, I try to find people are like-minded with me, but I also use social media, like I said, for networking and job opportunities and things like that. Because I'm very, this is what you see. What you see is what you get. So that's how I am. I'm very blunt sometimes. I'm very real, down to earth, but I'm not fake. And I like, this is what you get. That's Amanda Kallander. That's my brand. So, yeah, I think it can be a useful tool if it's used as a tool. And that's what it is. So,
No, I agree with you 100%. Now, I do have a couple questions for you guys off the air. But wrapping up, how can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram. I am Aleeoops 2017. That's ALEEOOPS 2017 on Instagram. Facebook right now, you probably won't be able to follow me. I'm at the max with my followers, and so I may have to make one more so the rest of you can follow me. So follow me on Instagram. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know as well that I am working on a documentary right now. I'm working on one for Forgotten Survivors. We're talking to some of the survivors from Pulse nightclub, some of the people that had no opportunity to really speak to media, and a lot of people don't even know they exist. They receive no help, no donation, etc. So I'm working on that, and also I'm one of the newest goddesses on the Parachute Goddess Project. So make sure to check that out with Leilana Hurley, and I may be on one of their new projects, possibly a documentary, and really, really soon. So make sure you check that out. Follow me on Instagram.
What about you, Amanda?
cool. Yeah, my tag on Instagram is capital A Heart 89, and you'll see a lot of my adventures on there, traveling and filmmaking, and some modeling too. And then Facebook, I have a Facebook actor page, Amanda Kallander. You can also check me out on IMDb as Amanda Kallander as well. I have all my resume, all my stuff on IMDb, and new projects coming through with the Ascendant Studios. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Ascendant Studios is working on some new projects that have gone to network for approval, and I play Amanda Williams, special agent in the Vice Squad series, Los Angeles. And then I have a role on the films, or on the pilot called Skylar. My friend Olivia does that, so she's going to be making a pilot of her project Skylar. I have a role as that in that, and we're crossing our fingers we can roll camera soon. So that'll be really cool once that takes off. So yeah, check out Skylar and Ascendant Studios projects on Facebook as well. So
No, absolutely. And my last question for you both of you is, when I first approached you to be a guest in my talk show, what was your first reaction and what made you say yes? So Lisa, I will start with you.
I really wasn't sure of how to react because I tend to have a lot of people in my inbox asking me to do things. A lot of times scammers, etc., are trying to approach me. And so at first I wasn't really sure. And then I started checking out your information and I saw a lot of your videos and I said, hey, this guy is really good. And so I decided, hey, he'd be the perfect guy to interview with. And I just really liked you. And I love the fact that you do have a disability and that you are pushing through that and you're making this happen. And I feel like you're doing a really, really good job.
No, I appreciate that. And Amanda, after being on the show once again, how do you feel?
it's always fun interviewing with you. Sometimes, we kind of talk about what we're going to talk about, and then you go and you throw me curveballs, and I love it. So, yeah, it's really fun talking with you. You always have great questions to discuss, and this is a new thing for me, having someone else on the chat. So that's really fun too, to kind of have another personality in the show as well. So that's kind of a nice thing. So yeah, I like how you're playing with some different things, and I'm excited that your show's adapting and growing, and I'm excited for you. And I again second what Aleesha said, that despite having a disability, you just push through it and you keep creating content and having fun conversations. So I appreciate that you do that. A lot of people don't even give themselves any kudos for what they do, and you just confidently go through with your plan, and you confidently execute this show, and that's your passion. And kind of like take it or leave it. This is me, and I love that about you. You're very real also, and you're very true to who you are. So that's great to see that.
No, absolutely. Now, wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having you both be on the show, and I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.
First, Becky Hayes.
Hi, I'm Amelia Rose.
Hey there, I'm Saki Mieta.
Hi guys, I'm Alexandria Denise, and you're watching Keith Andrews' show.